I fear we are losing the plot here, just a little bit.
Got me second guessing, like I don't know now. I don't know.
Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Angel Baby Kyra. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Please go follow me on Substack. Please go do that. Yeah, let's get into today's video. Today I was supposed to make my yeses in fashion video because last one I did was my nose in fashion, but I thought I'd talk about this a little bit, just a quick short little video, because I've noticed some things on TikTok recently. As you could probably tell by the title, we're going to be talking about the new aesthetics that have just dropped on TikTok, which are the Sade aesthetic and Kendrick Lamar girls aesthetic. Bear with me, chronically online, whatever. It seems like this happens every month, okay? We're going through, plowing through all these new aesthetics that are dropping, and every single it girl or fashion girly on TikTok is telling you need to adjust this aesthetic right now or else you're not going to be in, you know what I mean? And I've never really seen like these kind of aesthetics actually in person or real life, so I feel like this is like a chronically online kind of thing. But I made a TikTok about the Sade aesthetic and basically how a lot of the mood boards are not really representing what Sade is or who she is, what she did, how she's so iconic besides just her music. And I feel like this is the problem with a lot of these kinds of aesthetics, that it's super superficial. A lot of people just I don't know what goes through these people's heads, and a lot of them are white girls. And it's a pattern, okay? It's just a pattern that we have seen over and over and over again. And we've seen it with the Hailey Bieber lip liner thing, whatever. We've seen it with people, I forgot what they call edges. Like some people were calling the edges something different. If I find out, I'll put it in here.
So I've been doing this hairstyle for the past 2 days and I'm just a little bit obsessed with it, yeah. So I decided I'm gonna make it a trend. I'm gonna call it sticky bangs, and I love it. So if you want a tutorial, just tell me you want one.
Baby deal thing. Black girl, if you're a 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 black girl, do your thing.
So I've been doing this hairstyle for the past 2 days and I'm just a little bit obsessed with it, yeah. So I decided I'm gonna make it a trend. I'm gonna call it sticky bangs, and I love it. So if you want a tutorial, just tell me you want one.
Baby deal thing. Black girl, if you're a 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 black girl, do your thing.
So I've been doing this hairstyle for the past 2 days and I'm just a little bit obsessed with it, yeah. So I decided I'm gonna make it a trend. I'm gonna call it sticky bangs, and I love it. So if you want a tutorial, just tell me you want one.
People were calling agua fresca spa water.
Hi, how much for the spa water?
¿Qué? ¿Spa water?
No, the spa water.
¿Qué chingados es eso?
Spa water, the one with great benefits.
Ah, agua fresca.
Agua spa?
¿Pa' qué tanto pedo? Agua fresca.
Yeah. Let me get the one with cucumber, please.
Okay.
Gracias. Madison, I found a spa water, please.
That will be my new Starbucks.
Exactly. Great benefits. I was telling Bob the other day too. They have horchata, Jamaica, right?
So it's just things like this that are kind of, in a way, I don't want to say gentrifying, but I'm going to say gentrifying certain pieces of culture.
Let me tell you all something about Miss Helen Fala Sade Adu. The aesthetic that y'all got going on, the Sade aesthetic, y'all don't got it. If you actually listen to her music, she sings about prostitution, murder, adult relationships, world crises. Like, she embodies more than just what you guys are putting together. At this point, it just looks like a rebranded black clean girl aesthetic, because you're modeling this after a black woman. It's a black clean girl aesthetic. And it's not like I'm telling y'all not to do it anymore. Like, have fun, do whatever you want. But like, don't sit here and be like, oh, this is a Sade girl. You want to be a Sade girl? actually pay attention to humanitarian crises. Talk about Palestine. Talk about Congo. Talk about Sudan. Do that. You cannot be over here posting thirst traps to, there is a woman in Somalia. She's talking about the people in Somalia going through a humanitarian crisis where there's famine. The pearls are rice. Y'all are not Sade girls.
And I feel like that's why a lot of people have problems with these kinds of aesthetics that drop every month. And especially when they come from POC creators, musicians, artists, whatever. And a lot of it is not being acknowledged. And I feel like the main difference would be if these people actually acknowledged where it comes from or who these people are, or have like anything further than just what they think they dress like, you know? I'm out of breath, okay? I'm about to give birth in like 2 weeks, hopefully. Hopefully next week. Anyway, sorry. The Sade aesthetic was interesting because if you go on Pinterest, I'll show you some examples of what you can find on Pinterest. If you go on Pinterest, and I love Pinterest, like it's so fun on there, you know, I can spend hours on there, but there are some things that are kind of questionable on there, such as the aesthetics. And if you look at Sade aesthetic, it's very more of like a hippie, whimsy, goth kind of pulling these kinds of elements, and it's all just like white girls that you just see on it. And it's kind of like a thing with Pinterest. Like they're kind of known for just showing skinny white girls as like the basis of every kind of aesthetic, and there's not really much diverseness in it, which I know they're trying to fix or make better or whatever, but it's just what it is right now. So I've noticed that a lot of the Sade aesthetic mood boards and stuff don't really encapsulate who Sade is, and to be honest, I didn't really know much about Sade besides her music. I didn't know that she was a fashion designer. She went to school for fashion, and she's actually a pretty successful fashion designer, and a lot of her clothing tend to like lean into more like masculine kind of silhouettes that it seemed like she liked to do. And even her own personal style is sometimes it comes off very like boxy, but it's also very like reflective of the time of the 80s. And I feel like even though you can tell like she was from the 80s, it's kind of still very much, her elements are very much timeless and chic, and I think that's why everyone is trying to make the Sade aesthetic the new clean girl aesthetic. And we know how that went. Like everyone was in a time of doing Pilates, green smoothies, slick back hair, natural clean girl makeup, whatever. And I feel like that era is kind of coming to an end, but I feel like some people are trying to hold on to it with the Sade aesthetic and rebranding it as such, if that makes any sense. I feel like that girl that's on TikTok and speaks in brain rot right now.
Hi, notice being in a first date right now, it's so cringe. By the way, in your hand it says that you're 5'11", but I'm 5'8", and you're shorter than me, so maybe try 5'7".
But like, that's just like my kind of analysis on the whole Sade aesthetic. I feel like a lot of people don't know like that about her, and the mood boards are really telling of that, of how they don't know really much about anything about Sade. And I feel like if you go just a little bit deeper, just a smidge deeper below the surface level, which I know like since the panini, everyone and their mom has been about cores, aestheticizing everything. It's fine, and I think it's like kind of a coping mechanism, especially for Gen Z and Gen Alpha, whatever, people chronically online, to try to find comfort in things that are familiar and that have kind of a cohesiveness to it. Because when you think of like someone wearing Uggs and they're wearing pink and bows, you think of coquette, but not only that their aesthetic is coquette, how they act and what they like, their interests are probably Lana Del Rey and reading, I don't know, or watching Sofia Coppola movies and going to parks and whatever, you know. I'm going off just what's in my head right now. I feel like it's definitely a coping mechanism, but I think it's losing the plot a lot, you know. My arms are jiggling so bad. I'm about to give birth. Like, I feel it, guys. We're almost there. Okay. And enters the room, Kendrick Lamar girls. I'm gonna play this little mood board TikTok thing for you, and let's just... I don't understand. I'm really trying to understand it. But I don't understand it. Obviously the comments are like, we can't have anything, don't see anyone that looks like me in my demographic. I hear my people, but I don't see them, which is a lot of people's responses to this. And I'll insert the TikTok because he explains it really well.
Apparently a new aesthetic drop, Kendrick Lamar girl. This is beyond me. The fact that I looked this up and I only saw white girls, I'm not gonna lie. I did not expect Kendrick Lamar to be an aesthetic. And the fact that it's anything but black people, also very crazy. Let's talk about it. Why is Kendrick Lamar an aesthetic? Now, if someone said, yo, this is that Tyler, the Creator aesthetic, I have a vision. I see what you're talking about. I see the sweater vest. I see, the loafers. I see the fur hats. I see it. If someone says Kendrick Lamar core, I'm thinking, we gonna be all right? Right? Like that. You see, I'm hearing my people, but I'm not seeing my people. You know what I'm saying? We gonna be all right.
Someone says, hear me out. There's a segment of Kendrick fangirls that listen because it feels edgy, urban enough, and they memorize lyrics, listen with the big headphones and crop tops, seeking an identity. And this, I think, is really sums up about how I think about these kinds of people that are trend hoppers and not trend setters. And I know that's such like a cliche thing to say, like, oh, I'm a trend setter and not a trend hopper, whatever. But I feel like the people who actually understand their own personal style and not, I wouldn't say like necessarily understand fashion or like super snobby about fashion, but just know their general sense of style and how they present themselves. I feel like those people are the people who actually can dress and have the coolest outfits compared to people like this who jump onto these kinds of aesthetics and think that it's cool to aestheticize these kinds of people that they really have no idea about. And even just like a quick Google search, and I hate that phrase, I hate it, but quick Google search, I found out who Sade is. Just quick. And understanding why she is such an icon and why people deem her as a fashion icon. She is more than her music, obviously, and her music is great, but there's so much more depth to people, and I feel like aestheticizing people really just diminishes how complex individuals can be. And I feel like dimming down that complexity of people, of creators, of POC people, I feel like it's just reaching, and like it goes onto that territory because most people that we see that are doing this are white girls. And you know, the clean girl aesthetic, that was their aesthetic, and that's what they brought to the table. Yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Sorry, it was a little bit rambly. I just had like a few thoughts about it. I don't really like the Sade and Kendrick. I just don't like these micro trends. I'm just so tired of it. There's certain ones I do appreciate, but just like having a new one drop like every month is kind of like, I don't know. But you guys know. Okay. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you watched this whole video, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
I don't know, yeah, you act like you know everything, or you say you can't feel a single thing, say you didn't feel it when you